everyone, I'm here with my decks for the month of October. It's Halloween time, one of my favorite times of year. Pulling out the Halloween decks. I love it so much. I've moved the daily draws from Instagram to my Patreon, so if you're interested. I know some people really like them and other people didn't care, so that's why I moved them over that way. But if you get a reading from me or you're on the Patreon, these are the decks that you're going to be seeing. Unless, when I do readings for people, I usually stick with my deck of the month unless I feel called otherwise. Sometimes I do. So, yes, I'll be using the Halloween Tarot. It is one of my favorite decks. I love this deck so much. It's just like, it's cute, it's fun, but it is so straightforward and so on the mark when I read with it. It's not just a novelty deck. It's like on the nose, this particular deck. So I love the artwork is really whimsical. It's definitely very Rider-Waite-Smith based, but they've changed the suits. So the pentacles are pumpkins. Got some nice jack-o'-lanterns there. The wands are imps. There's got some cute little imps. The cups are ghosts. And then the swords, I know they're here. The swords are bats. So it's very, very cute, very lovely. But you know what? If you know your Rider-Waite-Smith, remembering which suit is which really isn't hard because they really make the cards just like, very much referencing the ones from the Rider-Waite-Smith. So for example, the Nine of Bats here, it's Nine of Swords, right? So pretty easy to do that. I think that the artwork in here is just so much fun and so cool. I'm trying to get a good major arcana. We've got the moon there. We've got a werewolf going on. Instead of the wolf and the dog, we've got a dog and a werewolf. Like really cute. Love the Ace of Pumpkins with all the candy there. It's just really, really cute. And then for the Emperor, you've got Frankenstein, but you can still tell it's the Emperor, right? I think they've done a really, really great job with this deck. Look at that deck. See, and he's watering the pumpkins and the plants, showing you that there's possibility for new things. Ignore the phone in the background. Let's see, what else do we have here? The Knight of Imps. There you go. Let's try to find some more major arcana. Even the sun. We've got all these happy skulls there. It's really cute. I love it. It's so nice. I just love this. It's a really fun deck. It's fun. It's cute. It's Halloweeny. I love like that spooky, cute kind of style. But it reads really well. Like I was saying, I just find I read with this deck and it's super straightforward. This was not very Rider-Waite-Smithy, but it's cool. The hearse. It's cool. The Empress is the Bride of Frankenstein. I love this deck. It just says Halloween fun to me. And, I think with everything going on in the world, we need a little bit of fun. We need a little Halloween fun and being cooped up and just everything that's going on. The Hierophant, he's a mummy. He's an Egyptian mummy. So cute. So love this deck so much. I've paired it, of course, with the Halloween Oracle. How could I not? This is another one I love. This one is not cutesy, but I do really like it for the season. Like I think it just goes great with the season. We've got skeleton. There's a lot of skulls. I think they could have done with less skulls, but that's okay. Again, we've got the werewolf. And it really speaks to the symbolism of Halloween and of fall. We've got the spider. Even like, it's not just spooky things. We've got the hearth, because, it's that time of year. Start lighting fires again. We've got the dawn. What else do we have here? Got the graveyard. We've also got, cardinals as well, which are associated with, souls that have passed over to the other side. We don't have cardinals here. I've only ever seen pictures of them. Zombie. We've got vampires. But it's not just the kitschy thing. Like, for example, vampire here says emotional intelligence. Because if you think of things like emotional vampires, that you need a certain amount of emotional intelligence for that. I also see vampires as kind of being associated with addiction as well. Something that seems tempting but sucks the life out of you, right? You know, they've got a ghost here, which talks about regret. So I like this deck because, you know, it's seasonal and it could be kitschy, but it's not. It's actually has like kind of these more in-depth meanings to them. And even like the zombie, that's about control, like being zombies, letting other people control us. I think this has just a lot of depth to it. Jack-o'-lantern being about protection, an emblem of protection. It really gets you to think about the symbolism that goes along with this year. You know, the lamp in the window. See what else? Ancestors, you know, that lineage to those that came before us. The veil. You know, people talk about the veil being thin at this time of year. We've got the owl that's associated with Halloween as well. And then we have stuff like joy. Like, it's not all just dark symbolism, because there's a lot of joy in this time of year too. Oh, the black cat. There, I love a good kitty. So it's a really beautiful, I think, really well done deck. I love the you know, like these pictures are fairly serious, and you know, it is a very, I would say, like in-depth oracle, both shadow and light. But I love that the backs are spooky and cute too. So it's got that little cute kind of Halloween element to it. Now, for my Lenormand deck for the month, I'm going with the Enchanted Lenormand. I love the medieval imagery in here, and it really makes me think of storybooks and telling tales and things like that at this time of year. I also like this deck too. There's a little bit of humor in this. I love all the medieval imagery. Got the little mice there. It's got like a storybook kind of quality to it, which I really love. It makes me think of being a kid again, you know. I like the coffin, that the coffin is a mummy in its sarcophagus. Letter. So it's a little more elaborate than some of the other Lenormands. I love that medieval knight writing, snake wrapped around the egg. I love this little nun deciding which way she's going to go. And then you see, like, you get the little seahorse there. So you've got, like, these cute little details in it. Look at this stork, and there's, like, a baby in the cup. It's so cute. There's an angry bear. The sun. I love this deck. It's very nice. I find it, you know, it pairs well, and I think of this, you know, this time of year as we go into kind of like we're in the dark part of the year. It really does make me think of things like, you know, being a kid and all the holidays and telling stories and things like that. So yeah, I really love this. This one of my favorite Lenormands for sure. It's a really lovely one. So I'm pairing that with my tarot deck. And then for our goddess deck for the month, again, I'm using the goddesses and sirens. I really like using this one in fall. I think this is just like a very empowering, badass goddesses kind of deck here that we have. And I really think of this year as kind of like a time that's a lot more in tune with the feminine in some ways, but like badass feminine. So they're all kind of very superhero-y in this deck. Not every goddess is the way I'd interpret it, but it's never going to be that way, right? We've got all sorts of warrior goddesses going on in here, which is just awesome. So yeah, that's what I'm working with this month. That's my decks. Got Hecate there. I love this Brigid. It's a beautiful deck, and I like working with it. Oh, and we've got our Baba Yaga. She's awesome. So that's the decks that I'm working with this month. What decks are you working with for the fall, and especially for, you know, the Halloween season? I'd love to hear what you're working with, what you're doing if you like these decks, and what you think of them. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. As I was saying, if you want a private reading for me, you can go to my Etsy shop. And I'm highlighting the past life readings because this is a great time for past life readings. They're usually $50, but they're $40 this month until the end of the month. So if you want to get a past life reading, it's a good time to get one. I also have on my Patreon as well. There you can subscribe to a monthly private reading, and I have my weekly taroscopes and astrology reports on there too if you want to check that out. But thank you so much for watching. Thank everyone for their love and support in their comments. It means a lot to me. And especially to my patrons, your support I'm blown away all the time. Thank you so much. And a big shout out to to Nathan and Marie. Thank you so much for all your love and support. As always, peace and love and rock.